Extreme Monsters, Book 3. Meet Mr. Hydeous. Chapter 6. Team Pendant Special Announcement. Meet Mr. Hydeous. Despite yesterday's events and interrupted sleep patterns, the practice on Friday afternoon was the team's best yet. Maybe it was because they knew it was their last chance before the Noah's Veil games. Maybe it was because Gerald was nowhere in sight, but everyone on the team was in top form. Jinx had taken several practice street luge runs at Monstery Valley Extreme Sports Park. Street luge and ice luge weren't that different, and Jinx felt comfortable that she was ready for the competition. Val perfected a difficult trick on the half-pipe that he hoped would help him ace the super pipe event. Wulf and Steiner sped down the crashed ice run without falling or nicking a single flag. Last night, Mumford had been worried that he would let the team down. He was afraid that after his wipeout, he wouldn't be at top form in the games. He had wondered if he had been stupid to turn down Gerald's potion. Today, the more Mumford thought about Gerald and his offer, the more insulted he felt. Gerald thought he'd need to cheat to do well at the games, which meant Gerald thought Mumford was a total loser. I'll show Gerald, he thought. He would prove that practice and determination worked better than dishonesty. So, despite the young mummy's adventures of the previous day, or maybe because of them, Mumford scaled the icefall faster and cleaner than he ever had before. The others watched in amazement as he reached the top in record time. If he climbs like that tomorrow, Jinx remarked to Steiner, Mumford just might ace the event. The team was ecstatic about their successful practice. They high-fived and went inside for drinks and popcorn. Nobody asked about Gerald or wondered where he was. Nobody mentioned that they had seen him at school that day. Nobody wanted to think about Doc's jerk of a nephew. The team was chilling on the beat-up couches in Doc's shabby living room, drinking Val's favorite sparkling beet juice and shouting fake insults at the old horror movie on TV, when Gerald sauntered to the front door. Hey Mumford, how's it going? Gerald asked politely. Hello Steiner. Hi guys. Mumford shrugged and kept his eyes on the TV. It was Steiner who said, Hi, back. What's up? Val muttered to Steiner as Gerald went into the hall to hang up his sweatshirt. I thought you were the one who hated that jerk. Long story, Steiner muttered as Gerald strolled back into the room. What are you watching that old jug for? Gerald asked. Turn on Extreme Update. I heard Damon Christopher's made a big announcement about the Noah's Veil competition. A true fan keeps track of his favorite team, muttered Wulf. He clicked over to Damon's Extreme Sports channel. Damon Christopher, president and CEO of Pendant Industries, was standing in the spotlight. His slicked back hair and high-priced suit looked perfect, as usual. Behind him was a wall of trophies won by Team Pendant and posters advertising Team Pendant products. This announcement about Team Pendant's new champion, making his first appearance in Noah's Vale Extreme Sports Winter Youth Games, is so exciting, so amazing, that could only be revealed on the Extreme Sports channel. Boo, hiss, said Jinx. Damon owns the stupid channel. Wulf muttered. Who else would care about his stupid new team champion? Wulf's friends took pity on him. They didn't remind him about the few days a while back when, under the influence of a misguided magic spell, Wulf himself had been Team Pendant's stupid new champion. First, I want to introduce Mr. Hydeous, Damon continued, the best winter extreme sports player it has ever been my honor to sponsor. The TV cut to a tall, green-skinned teenage monster. He had red eyes, pointed ears, and tusks rising from his lower jaw. A shock of purple hair fell, straight and cool, over his forehead. He wore a yellow Team Pendant warm-up suit and was posing with a yellow snowboard sporting the Pendant logo. In his other hand was a yellow Pendant sports drink bottle. Mr. Hydeous gave the camera a sneering smile. Steiner glanced over at Jared and saw a smug, proud look on the boy's face. Steiner shrugged. That figured. Gerald was a big Team Pendant fan. Puke yellow, green, and purple, groaned Jinx. Now that is hideous. Mr. Hydeous will be the biggest winter extreme sports star ever, said Damon. As proof of his superior talent, Mr. Hydeous will participate in every event at the upcoming Extreme Sports Winter Youth Games in Noah's Vale, as Team Pendant's lone entrant, and I assure you, he will win every contest. As Damon finished his big announcement, the TV showed shots of Mr. Hydeous on the snowboard executing a series of spectacular spins, grinds, slides, and grabs. Holy crow, Mumford murmured. He's awesome. Val frowned. Some of that stuff looks practically impossible, at least without powers. But he's wearing a neutralizer wristband, said Jinx. I checked his wrist to make sure. So he's good on a snowboard, Puff shrugged. Dude, that doesn't mean he's good at anything else. Something tells me he is, though, said Gerald. Steiner had the sick feeling he was right. He remembered seeing Gerald run through their practice course. Gerald was good enough to know when a guy was the real thing. We all had good practices today, Val said. Tomorrow, we'll just have to do the best we can. Good luck, said Gerald. You're going to need it. He snickered and walked out of the room. At 6 the next morning, Doc drove his 30-foot-long laboratory utility vehicle across town to pick up Val, Wulf, and Jinx. Doc's LUV was a cross between a Winnebago and a sports transport. Its seats could be stowed away when they weren't needed, and the LUV had a miniaturized lab and complete equipment repair station, plus state-of-the-art electronics. When they reached Val's house, Steiner and Mumford jumped down and helped the others stow their winter gear on racks built into the rear of the LUV. They clambered forward, talking excitedly, ready to strap into their seats, and spotted Gerald, wearing his extra-long hooded sweatshirt, sitting in the prime spot next to the window. What's he doing here? Wulf growled. Steiner shrugged. He wanted to come. Jinx frowned. He's probably dying to see Mr. Hydeous wipe the floor with us. He's Doc's nephew, Val murmured. No matter why he's here, we have to be polite. Mumford didn't say anything. but he chose the seat farthest away from Gerald. Jinx sat next to Mumford. Wulf and Val grabbed seats in the row behind them, which stuck Steiner beside Doc's nephew. As he sat down, one of Steiner's huge feet kicked into the knapsack Gerald had laid on the floor in front of him. Something inside the bag clinked. "Hey!" Gerald snapped. "Watch it!" "Sorry," said Steiner. Gerald jerked the knapsack into his lap, while the others ate donuts and drank chocolate milk, and Val chugged sparkling beet juice. Gerald stared out the window with a superior, sneering expression, all the way to Noah's Vale. "We're here," Doc said, as he pulled the LUV into his reserved parking space. "Great," said Gerald. "I'm going to find a good seat." He snatched up his clinking knapsack, shoved past Steiner and the others, and rushed out the back door. "Good riddance," Wulf muttered. "All right," said Doc. "Let's get our gear and move." The extreme monsters grabbed their winter coats and climbed from the LUV. They looked around at the snow-covered slopes. There was always snow on the high peaks at Noah's Vale, even in summer. In winter, the snow was thick, the ice slick, and the wind cut like a knife. Their breath hung in the air. Jinx stowed her pet bat, Bela, in the warm pocket of her down jacket and looked around to make sure Doc wasn't listening. Gerald was Doc's nephew after all, and she didn't want to hurt Doc's feelings. "What's with Gerald anyway?" Jinx whispered and rolled her eyes. "When you kicked his knapsack, Steiner, I thought he'd have a heart attack." Wulf grinned. "Nothing on the floor is safe around Steiner's size 15s. "Gerald's a jerk," Mumford said darkly. Steiner raised his eyebrows. He had never been alone with Gerald, so he'd never had the chance to tell the boy what he'd seen several nights before. He decided not to mention it, though. Instead, he said, "I thought you liked Gerald." Mumford scowled. "That was before." "Before he talked you into nearly breaking your neck?" Val asked with a sympathetic smile. Mumford sighed. He wished he could tell the older kids why he felt so uncomfortable around Doc's nephew, but a promise was a promise. "Just before," he said. "Where did the jerk go anyway?" Wulf asked. Steiner looked around. Over the heads of the milling crowd, he spotted the flashy Team Pendant trailer parked several slots away. Reporters crowded around it, hoping for a picture of Mr. Hydeous. As far as they were concerned, the extreme monsters didn't exist at all. "Probably trying to catch a glimpse of the fabulous Mr. Hydeous like everyone else," Steiner muttered. "There you are, Doc," said a familiar, jolly voice. T. Rexford Snatley waddled toward the LUV, looking rounder than ever. "How's my special diet formula going?" Doc shook his head. "Sorry, T-Rex, I'm afraid." Whatever Doc said next was drowned out by the excited clamor of the crowd as Damon Christopher stepped from the Team Pendant trailer with his newest superstar, the incredible Mr. Hydeous. Jinx, Wulf, Val, and Mumford stood on tiptoe and craned their necks, trying to see above the crowd. "Don't bother," Steiner said to Wulf. "Each one of us will be seeing him up close and personal soon enough."